Hello, my name is Anjali,
And this is Kimberly.
and today we're going to be talking about array and area. So first, we're going to discuss what they are. So an array is a quantity or collection of objects arranged in rows and columns, or a group of objects, pictures, or numbers in rows and columns. Area is the amount of space a two-dimensional shape contains, and an area model is a visual representation of multiplication that uses rectangles to represent the product. So let's discuss some of the math that can be used to teach. So it can be used to teach multiplication, distributive property, finding area with whole number dimensions, development of proportional reasoning, and it can also help our students build number flexibility and the automaticity of their math facts. Next, let's talk about how it helps our students access math content. So this helps students understand the how and why of multiplication by giving them a visual representation between multiplication and division. And it also helps students understand the commutativity of multiplication and division, helps them explore calculations, and helps them how to compose and decompose numbers. They can visually see how a problem can be broken down into chunks. For example, 13 times 5 can also be represented as 10 times 5 plus 3 times 5.
Okay, and going into the different phases of array and area, the concrete phase is described by using manipulatives such as coins, blocks, cereal, and beans or beans. What we'll do is we'll make rows and columns that each have the same number of items, such as 3 rows and 2 columns, and 8 rows and 3 columns. We'll explain that multiplying two numbers always leads to a rectangular array, and this also shows the interconnectedness of number sense. An example can be a pictorial representation of an array. So there are rows and columns. The rows go side to side, the columns go up and down, such as the picture of the donuts. There are 2 rows of 4 and 4 columns of 2. In the semi-concrete phase, we're going to draw out arrays, columns, and rows. We're going to label each side with numbers. We're going to model an array with the whole class, and students can use a variety of materials to create an array independently. They can use a paper and pencil, graph paper, Play-Doh, then label the array with the amounts in each row and column. So an example can be used with, like I said, Play-Doh, or they can use the blocks, and they're going to also include some math with that, some equations such as 3 times 3 or repeated addition, 3 plus 3 plus 3. The abstract phase uses mathematical symbols, numbers, notations. It's used to manipulate operations such as rules, methods, and concepts. And math problems solved without use of concrete objects or drawing pictures. So an example of this is a picture of a rectangle, and using the numbers, they can calculate the area. And we're going to share with you an activity.
So this activity is going to use the concrete phase, meaning that we will be using manipulatives. So the only materials you need are any type of manipulative that you have in your home. These are just some examples, such as cereal, beans, coins, marbles, rocks, anything small that you can manipulate.
And here is our video that explains our activity.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So this won't work.